Uh, Very good morning, very good evening. So, let me start the topic, that is now the payment of taxes, TDS, TCS, and then we will move to the GST returns. These are the three topics which we need to cover. Okay. So kindly read first and then we will start in 2 minutes. So एक बार आप read कीजिए पहला question and then we will start shortly in 2 to 3 minutes. What is the question? Mr. Ranjan, avail the ITC of rupees 1 lakh in GSTR 3B for the month of June 2025. The output tax liability was nil. His intrastate outward supply for the month of the July was rupees 5 lakh. This is excluding GST. So what we have understood? Ranjan has availed the ITC in 3B and output tax liability was nil. His intrastate outward supply for the next month, July, for the next month is rupees 5 lakh. He utilized the available ITC against the output tax liability for the month of the July 2025 while filing the GSTR 3B. So this 1 lakh rupees was used for discharging the output tax liability in the next return. Mr. Ranjan found that on 22nd September 2025, he wrongly availed the ITC of rupees 1 lakh. So that ITC was not correct. It was wrong ITC, ineligible ITC. He reversed the unutilized amount of the ITC wrongly availed, which was lying in the credit ledger. So we can say that how much was the liability? That liability turnover, the sales, the supply amount was rupees 5 lakh. And rate of the taxes, it says that he reversed the unutilized ITC and paid the utilized amount of the ITC by the cash. And the GST rate is 18%. What we could understood that this is the total amount of the supply because it is excluding GST. So we can say multiplied by 18% is equal to 90,000 and it is the tax liability. It is intrastate, so I can say the 45,000 CGST and 45,000 SGST. Okay. Now he is saying that this liability was discharged by utilizing the ITC. So this 1 lakh ka ITC was used for discharging the 90,000 ka liability. What is the remaining amount? Remaining amount is 10,000. This amount was lying in the credit ledger. Okay. So I can say he will reverse 1 lakh rupees. Then 1 lakh rupees, 10,000 he will use the ITC which is available in the credit ledger. 90,000 he will pay in cash online through challan. Now what we need to do? We need to calculate the interest payable. GSTR 3B for the month of the June 2025 on 19th July 2025. अगर उसने अपना 3B फॉर जून का 19 जुलाई को फाइल किया है, ओके, एंड GSTR 3B फॉर द मंथ ऑफ द जुलाई was filed on 25th August. Now, what we need to check, we need to calculate the interest. We need to calculate the interest. How much interest would be calculated or will be applied considering the rule 88B? Now we can say, as per the proviso to section 50 subsection 1. What is the proviso saying? Let me open the study material also for the time being. If I go to the respective provision, what is the respective provision? Provision says that when ITC has been wrongly availed and utilized, then the registered person shall pay the interest on such ITC wrongly availed and utilized. Out of rupees 1 lakh, we can say how much is the wrongly availed and utilized? You can say the 90,000. Now the balance 10,000, which was wrongly availed, but whether it was utilized, no, because it was lying in the credit ledger. As it is lying in the credit ledger, therefore, in this case, interest, no interest would be on 10,000. Do you agree with this? 10,000 रुपए के ऊपर तो इंटरेस्ट लगेगा नहीं, क्योंकि वो wrongly availed तो था बट यूटिलाइज नहीं था. So therefore, in this case, what we can say that no interest would be levied on 10,000. Now talk about 90,000. The return was filed on 25th August. What is the due date of the return? Which is extended to 22nd. See, normally 20th is the due date. So for GSTR 3B for July, which was ideally 20 August, but which has been extended 22nd August. So in the 22nd August or 25th August, whichever is lower. So I can say the 22nd August, 22nd August is the due date, and he filed the same after 3 days. Correct? After 3 days. And 3 days now. He reversed the unutilized ITC on 30th September. So regarding interest, the interest would be calculated on 90,000. That is clear. But for how many days? First, I will say 22nd to 25th. So 22nd is the due date. 23, 24, 25. For 3 days, it will be calculated because of the liability has been paid after the due date. So 3 दिन का इंटरेस्ट किस लिए कैलकुलेट होगा? ये कैलकुलेट इसलिए होगा कि यहां पर इंटरेस्ट जो टैक्स पे किया है, इट इज आफ्टर ड्यू डेट विच इज 3 days. सो 3 दिन का इंटरेस्ट तो वो लगेगा, एंड देन मैटर क्लोज. नाउ द सेकंड कम 90,000 का आईटीसी which is wrongly availed and utilized on which date? 25th September to 25th August to 30th September. So we need to calculate the interest for this period because it has been wrongly availed and utilized. Is that clear? So मैं ये कह सकता हूं जो GSTR 3B का जो रिटर्न है, जो जुलाई का जिसमें उसने रॉन्ग यूटिलाइज किया, 3 days would be for the delay in deposition of the tax and the balance till 30th September would be for the wrong utilization of input tax credit. So effectively we can say that from 22nd to 30th September, the interest would be calculated. 22nd August, 30th September. I hope this question is clear. You can just calculate in and just confirm the amount. Let me go to the question number 2. Just giving the 2 minutes to read the question and then we will solve the same. So in the just remember that 22nd was the due date, so the date would be counted from 23rd. 23rd to 23rd August to 30th September, both days would be added to count it in the number of the days. तो वो दोनों डेट इंक्लूसिव है और दोनों डेट को हमें ऐड करना है. ठीक है, अगला क्वेश्चन हम रीड करते हैं. सर, a registered person of the Haryana has filed the GSTR 3B for the month of the April 25 on 10th June 2025. Due date was 20th May. He was depositing the amount. He has deposited the amount in the cash ledger on 18th May. Debited the electronic cash ledger on 10th June. No proceeding under 73, 74, 74A was initiated. Rate of the interest is 18%. Tax payable is 2 lakh paid by utilizing the ITC 120 and 80 through cash ledger. You are required to calculate the interest. How to calculate? Now, in this case, the GSTR 3B was filed on 10th June 2025. So it was filed. So what is the number of the days? I can say 21st May to 10th June. I told you that both days will be added. If you calculate and then it will comes to 21 May 31st ना, तो 11 उसका और 10 ये 21. Total number of the days would be 21 days. ठीक है. Now, on which amount the interest would be calculated? On which amount the interest would be calculated? Will it be थोड़ा सा छोटा कर देता हूं. So will it be on 2 lakh? Will it be on 120? Will it be on 80? Or will it be no interest? To answer this question, we need to check the due date was 20th May and the return was filed on 10th June. First, just ensure whether the same return he has added the liability. This question become important. We will see in the subsequent questions. I am saying the liability of the 2 lakh pertain to April and he has added in the April same return. I'm writing the word same return. This word is important. So if I am filing in the same return, if I'm reporting in the same return period, then tax would be, interest would be payable. Interest would be payable on the net tax liability after reducing the ITC. So it means the amount which has been debited, which has been paid through इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कैश लेजर, अमाउंट कितना लाइबिलिटी कैश लेजर से पे किया, 80 से कैश पे किया, तो देन इंटरेस्ट वुड बी एप्लीकेबल ऑन 80. पहला बात, interest would be applicable on 80,000. Now just wait, because there is an amendment in the cash laser. Interest rule 88 capital B I am talking about. It says that if the liability has been added before the due date, then before the due date means it was added on 18th May, due date was 20th May. To that extent, interest would not be applicable. कितना amount deposit किया? 80,000. How much amount has been deposited in the cash ledger? 80,000. And the 80,000 was debited the return after the due date. So in this case, there will be no interest. So effectively, I can say the interest would not be applicable neither on 2 lakh nor on 80,000 nor on 20,020. तो मतलब क्या हुआ इस केस में, इंटरेस्ट तो लगेगा ही नहीं. इज इट क्लियर? एक बार कंफर्म कीजिए सो दैट वी कैन प्रोसीड टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. आई होप इट इज क्लियर. ठीक है. Now it also says one more part. Further calculate the interest payable if the amount of 80,000 is deposited in the cash on 24th May. So now one point always remember, the concept that interest will not be on the cash ledger is applicable if the amount has been deposited by the due date. अगर 20 मई तक मैंने टैक्स लाइबिलिटी जितना अमाउंट मैंने कैश लेजर में ऐड किया टिल विच डेट, टिल द ड्यू डेट, तो उसको कंसिडर करना है, एक्सक्लूड करना है, उस लाइबिलिटी पर इंटरेस्ट नहीं लगेगा. लेकिन अगर एक बार ड्यू डेट क्रॉस हो गई, रिटर्न आपने 10th जून को फाइल किया, बट आपने कैश लेजर में ऐड कर दिया 24, दिस वुड बी इररिलेवेंट, दिस वुड बी नो बेनिफिट टू द टैक्स पेयर. In this case, the entire 80,000, the interest would be applicable on entire 80,000. तो कितना इंटरेस्ट आएगा? 80,000 मल्टीप्लाइड बाई रेट क्या है? 18%. और नंबर ऑफ द डेज कितना है? हमने कैलकुलेट किया था ना, नंबर ऑफ द डेज कितना आएगा? इट वाज 21 days, राइट? सो ये कैलकुलेट कर लीजिएगा आप. आई होप इट इज क्लियर. जस्ट वेट फॉर ए मिनट. लेट मी चेक द एनी क्वेरी केम और समथिंग. मीनवाइल आपका कोई क्वेश्चन है तो यू कैन आस्क द क्वेश्चन. मीनवाइल इफ यू हैव द क्वेश्चन, काइंडली आस्क दैट क्वेश्चन. ठीक है, नो क्वेश्चन. लेट्स मूव टू द थर्ड क्वेश्चन. So it says that Mr. एक बार रीड करो क्वेश्चन, जस्ट 2 मिनट आप रीड कीजिए, जस्ट 2 मिनट आप रीड कीजिए। जस्ट रीड दैट क्वेश्चन एंड देन वी विल स्टार्ट। ठीक है, चलो स्टार्ट करते हैं। मिस्टर मनिक प्रोवाइड द फॉलोइंग इंफॉर्मेशन regarding his tax and other liability under the GST as per the electronic liability register. Tax due for the month of May is 25,000. Interest due for the month of May 2,000. Penalties for the May 3,000. Tax due for the next month 35,000. Liability arising out of the demand is 48,000. He want to clear his liability. First, he like to pay the demand under section 73. Discuss the provisions that the sequence or order for discharging the GST liability as per 49 subsection 8. Purely theoretical question. What is the liability? Let me share the screen. If we read the 49 subsection 8, let's read for the benefit of all the participants. Every taxable person shall discharge the tax and other dues under this act or the rules made thereunder in the following order. It means he will pay the tax, he will pay the tax in the following manner. Just allow me 2 minutes. Just allow me 2 minutes. Meanwhile, I would request to please read this order. Just allow me 2 minutes coming. So, what is the first? We have to pay the self-assessed tax liability for the previous tax period. Then self-assessed tax liability for current tax period. And then if there is any other amount payable, including the demand, then we need to pay that. So considering that, what would be the sequence? The sequence would be, first, they need to pay the liability. See, point is, what is the word they've used? They've used the self-assessed tax and other dues also. It means not only the tax, but we need to incorporate the interest. We need to add the penalty, any other dues for the previous tax liability, for the previous tax period. So पहले हम May का pay करेंगे, then we will pay for the June, and then the demand liability will come. I hope it is clear. 25 plus 5, so 30,000 would be paid for the month of the May first, then 35,000 for the month of the June, and then 48,000 that is for the subsequent month. That is demand due to order. Oh, this is slightly big question. I hope it is appearing on the screen, right? Uh, let's read the question. Messrs. MNI provide the following details for the month of the March 2026. While filing the GST returns of the March 26, while filing the return for the March on 20th April within the due date, they come to know about one bill of January 26 comprising the tax amount of the 50,000 which was not considered while filing the return of January 26. The return of the January 26 was also filed within the prescribed due date. ठीक है. Messrs. MNI Limited has paid the above shortfall of rupees 50,000 through GSTR 3B for the month of the March. Now, what is important? The important thing is that whether the liability was added in the same tax period. Whether the liability was added in the same tax period, the answer is no. Sir, 1 minute, Manishi. There is a lot of message in the chat in that particular dashboard that they cannot join the Zoom. So please see. Now please wait. Just please wait for 2 minutes and please wait for 2 minutes and then IT team is looking into and then we will start the discussion. हाँ लिंगा अभिमन्यु नवनीत everyone. So technical team is looking into. Just allow me 1 or 2 minutes. Just allow me 1 or 2 minutes. Then we will resolve this issue and then we will discuss. मनीष सर, परफेक्टली ओके। ठीक है, मैं मीनवाइल अपना स्टार्ट करता हूँ, रखता हूँ चालू। ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है। सो आई होप यू ऑल एबल टू सी एंड आई कैन सी द रिप्लाई इन द चैट। सो हम लोग इंटरेक्ट तो कर ही रहे हैं, राइट? ओ नॉट ओनली द, वी आर नॉट थ्रू जूम, दैट इज ओके, बट इन वी आई कैन सी द रिप्लाई ऑफ एवरीवन। सो माय रिक्वेस्ट टू ऑल, in the same manner kindly give the reply, ठीक है? क्वेश्चन 4 इंपॉर्टेंट है। When they are filing the return of the March, then they have added this bill of January, ठीक है? Has paid this amount through cash ledger 30,000 and payment through credit ledger 20,000. Now tell me, are they liable to pay the interest or not? Just tell me in the chat. Will they liable to pay the interest or not in this case? Please note, both the return, whether it is January or March, has been filed within the due date. Also, the liability was paid 30,000 through cash through ITC and 20,000 through cash. ऐसा ही था ना? Okay. हाँ, 30,000 through cash and 20,000 through ITC. Give me the answer of this question only. Till now, do they need to pay the interest or not required? Just tell me. They need to pay, they need to, okay, not liable, not liable. Abhimanyu, why you are saying that it is not liable? What about others? Arun Sagar, Linga, waiting for the reply of all. Barna Mandal, Aditya, Bala Murugan, everyone. Okay. Navneet, why you are saying that it is liable? Why you are saying that it is liable? Why you are saying that it is liable? Or Linga, you can also say that why it is liable to pay the interest. Okay, now I think two participants able to join. So please try to join the Zoom. I am able to see. Now it is working. So please एक बार join करो फटाफट, quickly join करो. Confirm करो chat में कि able to join. I can see the Bala Murugan and everyone. Navneet, Arun Sagar, Linga. Yes. Now it's very interesting. अब मजा आएगा पढ़ने के लिए, right? right. देखो, इस केस में are they liable to pay the interest? The answer would be yes, they were liable to pay the interest. But why? If both the returns were filed, if both the returns were filed within the due date, अगर दोनों ही रिटर्न टाइम से फाइल होगी तो फिर इंटरेस्ट क्यों? मुझे नहीं समझ में आया। हाँ, चैट विजिबल, गायत्री, योर चैट इज विजिबल, क्लियर, नवनीत, नाइस। तो अब मुझे बताइए कि इसमें इंटरेस्ट क्यों लगेगा? एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट। I have received the correct answer from Linga. Mr. Linga R, your answer is absolutely correct. I like to see the answer from all the participants. Very interesting question. Somehow last question भी बहुत interesting था, but somehow I could not discuss in this manner, the manner in which I used to discuss. No problem. ओके ओके ओके, राइट राइट। नो बेटा, नो इश्यू बेटा अभिमन्यु। अब मुझे बताइए, यहां पर जो इंटरेस्ट लगेगा या नहीं लगेगा? आंसर इज यस, लगेगा। नाउ कैन यू ऐड गिव मी सम रीजन व्हाई दिस? ओके नवनीत, आई होप यू आर क्लियर दैट करेंटली आई एम आस्किंग द क्वेश्चन नंबर वन। मैं सिर्फ अभी क्वेश्चन नंबर वन पे ही हूं, मैं आगे नहीं बढ़ रहा हूं। आई एम ओनली आस्किंग द क्वेश्चन नंबर वन, करेक्ट ना? जस्ट कंफर्म दैट यस, क्वेश्चन नंबर वन, you are giving the answer for the question number one only. Adil, Adil, can you please join or already joined? Adil, acha, Adil already joined. So I think no one is left. Can you please confirm in the chat of that, not Zoom, chat of that dashboard? I hope all has joined. ठीक है। अब यहां पर इंटरेस्ट क्यों लगेगा? लिसन केयरफुली। ये लाइबिलिटी किस महीने का था? दिस लाइबिलिटी पर्टेन टू विच मंथ? This liability pertain to which month? This liability pertain to which month? Linga, due to the cash deposited? No. The liability pertain to which month? Whether this liability was paid in the same return. Was paid in the same return. Whether this liability was added in the same tax period. This liability was added in the same tax period. क्या इस लाइबिलिटी को सेम टैक्स पीरियड में ऐड किया था? आंसर इज नो, ही हैज एडेड इन द सब्सिक्वेंट रिटर्न। इन दैट केस नो बेनिफिट ऑफ आईटीसी एंड नो बेनिफिट ऑफ कैश। सो यू सम पार्टिसिपेंट्स आर सेइंग दैट आईटीसी पोर्शन पर नहीं लगेगा इंटरेस्ट। फॉर देम आई एम जस्ट हाईलाइटिंग, that particular one part. Just एक मिनट दीजिएगा मुझे। Let me go to the section 50. Underline this word, interest on tax. They only highlight this word, declared in the return for the said period. Said period का मतलब क्या? What is the meaning of said period? Same month. Liability was reported in same month and that return is being filed after the due date. Then only you can take the benefit of the, interest on cash. No interest on ITC portion. But यहाँ पर क्या सेम रिटर्न था? आंसर इज नो। तो he cannot take the benefit of the ITC. He cannot take the benefit of the ITC. So in this case, the interest would be payable on 50,000. That is the gross tax liability. Now, can anybody calculate the number of the days for which the interest is applicable? Can you calculate and tell me? इंटरेस्ट तो लगेगा, अब नंबर ऑफ डेज कैलकुलेट करके बता दीजिए प्लीज। कैलकुलेट द नंबर ऑफ द डेज, कितने दिन का लगेगा इंटरेस्ट? नहीं, नंबर ऑफ द डेज, यू कैन नॉट से डायरेक्टली 1 month 2 month समथिंग लाइक दैट। नंबर ऑफ द डेज and then you will divide by 365 and then multiplied by 18% multiplied by the amount. So this would be like in this manner: 50,000 is the gross tax liability multiplied by, Arun, you like to ask? Would you like to ask anything? You have raised the hand. Just again raise the hand if you like to ask, or if it is unintentionally or somehow it has been clicked, no problem. I will ignore. Now you tell me कितने number of days का interest लगेगा? How many days? Okay. So Abhimanyu has given the answer. No, Navneet. Navneet. So the liability pertain to which month? Liability pertain to which month? January. What is the due date of January? 20th Feb. And when he paid the same, when while filing the GSTR 3B, so the interest would be applicable between these date only ना. ये कितना है? Number of the days calculate कीजिए. Please calculate the number of the days. So 21st Feb to 20th of April. So 8 दिन इसका, March 31 and then 20 इसका. Agreed ना? So let me again tell you. So this 8 days for Feb, 21st would be added, 21 से 28 8 दिन. March entire 31 days, and then 20 days. 20th is the due date. So 20 अप्रैल को फाइल किया ना, तो how much? 59. So I will add the 59. Anyone can calculate and then tell me the interest amount? Anyone can calculate and tell me the interest amount? Everyone is clear? I think 1454 common answer आ रहा है, 1454 1455 something like that, जो भी है. ठीक है, 1454.7 है ना, तो ठीक है, you can round it off and then 1455. Clear sir? Everyone is clear? एक बार quickly confirm करो. Please quickly confirm in the chat. Please quickly confirm in the chat so that we can move to the next question. Linga is clear. Navneet is clear. Okay. 1455. Right अरुण. बारामुरुगन आदिल खान. ठीक है. ठीक है. Now the interesting part of this question. If they filed the January 26 return on 20th April 2026, self-assessed tax also paid on this date, and payment ka mode was same, 30,000 through cash and 20,000 through ITC, then on which amount the interest would be calculated? Please tell me, किस amount पर interest लगेगा? Would the answer be 50,000, 30,000, 20,000 or no interest? One right answer as of now from Gayatri. I have received one right answer only from Gayatri as of now. अभी तक मुझे जो आंसर मिला है सिर्फ एक राइट आंसर है, विच इज फ्रॉम गायत्री. नो. सो बालामुरुगन, मिस्टर बालामुरुगन, प्लीज कैलकुलेट एंड टेल मी द अमाउंट. 50,000, 30,000, 20,000 और नो इंटरेस्ट? Only one right answer. So Navneet, you like to ask the concept? Would you like to ask the concept? Does it mean that you are asking the concept? Do I need to explain or you are giving the answer? Fine, I'll explain. I'll explain. Okay, let me go to the provision once again. Tax is paid on 20th April. Tax is paid on 20th April. Linga, now you can tell me the amount. Probably you are right. Probably you are right. Balamurugan, now you are right. And Navneet, सेम पीरियड में फाइल करेंगे तो नवनीत राइट, एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. Now let me go to the provision once again. So can I say this 50,000 ka liability was added in the same tax period? Can you please tell me this 50,000 ka liability is pertaining to January and added in January? So I can say the liability has been declared in the same return. Can I say this? Just say yes or no. Arun, once again, let me go again the question. I am in the second question. Arun, I am in the second part. I'm in the second part. And in this part, they have changed the question. They are saying that if the return has been filed for January only on this date. So it means 50,000 ka liability was pertaining to which month? January. And it has been reported in which return? January. Can we say that it is reported in the same tax period? It is obviously filed after the due date. It is obviously filed after the due date. तभी तो interest का calculation आ रहा है. Interest would be applicable only when the return has been filed after the due date. ठीक है ना अरुण? ठीक है. Now in that case, the provision says that interest would be applicable on the portion. Interest would be applicable on the portion which has been paid by debiting the cash ledger. In this example, the amount which has been paid through cash ledger was 30,000 and through ITC 20,000. So no interest on 20 because you have reported the liability in the same return period, and which that return is being filed after the due date. ये बात clear हुआ ना? Is it clear till now? In this case, I can say the interest would be applicable on the cash portion. Interest would be applicable on the cash portion. Is it clear? Now you have to think and tell me. Let me create one more situation. Let me create one more situation and ask you one important point. Now let's say third question I'm creating. Tell me when the interest would be nil in case 2. So this case 2, you have calculated the interest. How much interest was came? एक बार मुझे एक बार calculate करके बताना. 30,000 into 18% into some number of the days, right? 59 by 365. So कितना interest आएगा? Anyone can quickly calculate. Wow. Very nice, Navneet. Very nice. Very nice. You have given the correct answer. First correct answer and only one reply. The if paid by the ITC. Oh, Gayatri has given the different answer, but absolutely correct. But Gayatri, assume that everything is same. Gayatri, assume that everything is same. 50,000 has been paid through cash, 30,000 and ITC 20. Everything is same. Return has been filed on this date. Now, in this case also, what you additionally require to calculate the nil interest? किस सिचुएशन में केस 2 में इंटरेस्ट 0 आएगा? नहीं, please note, let me read draft. Now let's say I have created the situation number 3. everything remains same. Everything remains same means the January return has been filed on this date. The liability of 50,000 has been deposited through 30,000 cash and 20,000 through credit ledger. Now tell me, in this situation, क्या होता? What happen then? No interest. What should happen then? No interest. आदिल, आपका आंसर वैसे करेक्ट है. नहीं अरुण, आपका आंसर करेक्ट है, बट आई एम सेइंग द 50,000 has been paid through cash and credit. It is not completely by credit. Not completely by credit. It has been paid through cash 30,000, credit 20,000. This is the question. किस सिचुएशन में कैश पोर्शन पर भी इंटरेस्ट नहीं लगेगा? माई डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन, माई yes, Abhimanyu is right. Now you all can say absolutely Arun, absolutely Arun, right Mithila? If this cash was deposited before or on or before 20th Feb 2026, अगर ये कैश भी डिपॉजिट कर दिया होता बिफोर द ड्यू डेट and he is using on 20th April, will there be any interest on this cash portion also? अगर ये कैश डिपॉजिट कर दिया होता, काइंडली एज्यूम दैट कैश हैज बीन डिपॉजिटेड. Kindly assume cash has been deposited. Cash has been deposited this date before the due date and used on this date. Will the interest be applicable on cash portion? क्या इंटरेस्ट कैश पे लगता? No, that's correct. So in the case 2, if there is an additional information that cash was deposited, the cash was deposited on this particular date before the due date, then also it was not paid. ठीक है, let's move further. Question number 5. Kindly read the question. Kindly read the question. You are right. I told you immediately. I immediately told you. So you are, means if January GSTR is filed but tax is not being paid in April, then whole amount पे interest लगेगा. But if return of January is not filed and filed in April and tax paid also, then cash ledger portion पे interest लगेगा. Yes. And third situation, अगर वो cash जनवरी के रिटर्न के पहले जमा करवा दिया, जनवरी के रिटर्न की जो भी ड्यू डेट थी उसके पहले जमा करवा दिया, देन कैश पोर्शन पर भी इंटरेस्ट नहीं लगेगा, जो आपने कहा था. राइट, क्लियर, ठीक है. रीड द क्वेश्चन नंबर 5, गिव मी द आंसर. रीड द क्वेश्चन नंबर 5, गिविंग यू 2 minutes. रीड द क्वेश्चन नंबर 5, गिव मी द आंसर. बहुत सिंपल क्वेश्चन है, सिंपल थ्योरेटिकल क्वेश्चन. Okay, kindly give the answer in the chat. All are requested to give the answer in the chat. Okay. So we can deposit the amount through credit ledger, cash ledger. Is it? Banking की बात हो रही है, right? Only we are talking about, see, off, see, please do not say that it is offline. एक बार स्टडी मटेरियल पे जाते हैं. So we can say that the deposit can be made in the cash ledger through the internet banking, UPI, IMPS, credit card, debit card, NEFT, correct, over the counter up to 10,000. But please note, it is also not offline mode. It is not like a challan. It is not like a manual challan. It is not like a manual challan. You need to generate the challan online only. So it is not completely offline. ये completely offline नहीं है, ये online है. But till 10 up to 10,000 you can go to the bank and deposit the same. Is it clear? And it is correct now. Is it clear? So I can say that are manual challan allowed? Answer is no. Over the counter is allowed up to 10,000, but in that case also, challan need to be generated online, and then on that challan you need to go to the bank. So a completely manual not there in the GST. What is the validity period of the challan? You all have given the answer. एक बार quickly answer करना. What is the validity period of the challan? Per day, per challan है, per challan. So what is the validity period? 15 days. Absolutely correct. Last question of this chapter, and then we will move to the. Okay. One more part. Is cross utilization among the major and minor head of the electronic cash ledger permitted? क्या इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कैश लेजर का मेजर माइनर हेड में परमिटेड है क्या? अभिमन्यु, ये क्या लिखा? 20/1/2020. व्हाट इज द मीनिंग? अनेबल टू अंडरस्टैंड. व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ दैट? ओके, विद इफेक्ट. अच्छा, दैट इज ओके. So, no problem, beta. Date is not being asked and never being asked in the exams. कभी भी पूछेंगे भी नहीं. So, major minor head में permitted, answer is yes, it is permitted, and through PMT 09. There is a concept of PMT 09, and through that challan you can transfer the same. Last question, question number 6. Kindly read that question, give me the answer. Kindly read the question number 6 and give me the answer. Again, a very simple question. I have received one answer as no, one answer as yes. I don't know whether which one is correct. Kindly read and then give me the answer. Once I receive the answer, couple of answers, then I will start answering the question. Mr. Atul of Chennai is a registered dealer under GST. He has an opening balance of ITC under IGST lying in the credit ledger. And then During the month, legal proceeding has been initiated, which result into the 80,000 liability, but other than RCM. Okay, Mr. Atul agrees with the tax liability and want to use the balance lying in the credit ledger toward the payment of the same. He seek your opinion. Can he use? See, please note, it is other than RCM liability. As to whether he is allowed to use the amount lying in the credit ledger toward the payment of tax liability as a consequence of proceeding. So, when you are giving the answer yes or no, please add some reason. Please add some reason. Why it is allowed or why it is not allowed. So, simply yes or no does not give you the does not give me the clarity about your concept. Does not give me the clarity about your answer. So एक बार मुझे आप है ना यहाँ पर ऐड कीजिए why yes why no. Credit not allowed for okay no problem beta. This is not see Navneet, where it is written that it is a penalty. What is this? Is it a penalty? Is it a penalty? Is it an interest? Is it an RCM liability? They are saying tax liability. They are saying tax liability. Legal, see, Navneet, the reason could be anything. The reason could be anything. Subject matter, the reason could be anything. What you see, what, okay, let me explain the question. Mr. Atul, there was a legal proceeding. What is the meaning of legal proceeding? Is it a penalty? See, when you remember 73 we have read, 74 we have read. What is that? So in the 73, what they will calculate? They will calculate the tax, they will calculate the interest, they will calculate the penalty. Correct. In the current case, see the legal proceeding means officer has used any of the section. It can be 73, 74, 74A, or whether it is audit. कोई भी प्रोसीडिंग इस मिस्टर अतुल के अगेंस्ट में स्टार्ट हुई है और वो जो प्रोसीडिंग स्टार्ट हुई है उसमें उसका टैक्स लाइबिलिटी कितना निकलता है 80,000. ही हैज द टैक्स लाइबिलिटी ऑफ 80,000 जो कि अब वो डिमांड का पे करना चाहता है. दिस इज नॉट ए पेनल्टी ओनली. क्वेश्चन विल स्पेसिफाई दैट ये 80,000 कौन से हेड है, कौन क्या मेजर हेड है और क्या माइनर हेड है. इट सेज दैट IGST in tax liability is not using the word interest. It is not using the word penalty as well. ठीक है बेटा. नवनीत 73 74 तो नहीं है, लेकिन 73 74 तो नहीं है, लेकिन मैं सिर्फ कॉन्सेप्ट समझा रहा हूं ताकि आपको समझ में आए कि क्या चीज है. ठीक है. सो द लाइबिलिटी इज 80,000. वेदर इट इज RCM? नो, इट इज नॉट RCM. नो RCM. Is it an interest? Is it a penalty? No. So it means if the liability is of tax, whether it is self-assessed or it is being assessed due to any proceeding, in both the cases, the tax liability can be paid through ITC. Tax liability can be paid through ITC. Abhimanyu, is it clear? The answer would be yes. They can use the ITC for paying the liability, for paying the tax liability, for paying the tax liability. Everyone is clear? एक और quickly confirm करो chat में. Everyone is clear? Please confirm in the chat. See, For this only the CBSE is issued the circular. For this, CBSE has issued the circular. Abhimanyu, yes. Answer is yes. Tax liability, even if it is payable as a result of proceeding, even if it as a result of the proceeding, CBS is clarified that because it is a tax liability, you can use the ITC. You can use the ITC for making the payment of. Clear है? Is it clear, बेटा? ठीक है. 10 मिनट का ब्रेक ले. Take the break of 7-8 minutes, 8 minutes, and then we will start at 7:15. We will start at 7:15. ठीक है. मनीष जी, ठीक. So, Abhimanyu, are you there? Abhimanyu. So, demand is a broader term. Demand can be for the tax, can be for the interest, and can be for the penalty. Got my point? So, Abhimanyu, the demand could be of tax, demand could be of interest, demand could be of penalty. So it means this word tax liability include the demand. So demand किस चीज का किया है गवर्नमेंट ने, ऑफिसर ने, डिपेंड ऑन दैट. क्लियर? नाउ second chapter. Yash, a registered supplier of Jaipur, is engaged in the supply of the various goods and services exclusively to the government department, local authority in person notified under section 51. What is the rate of the TCS, TDS, which the government will deduct? TDS का rate क्या है? What is the rate of the TDS? TDS. 1% CGST, 1% SGST. So it total is 2%. So total is 2%, right? 1. ठीक है. You are required to briefly explain the provisions relating to the tax deduction at source under section 51. Also determine the amount of the tax to be deducted from each of the receivables given below. Rate is assumed 12%, 66CM, 6S, and 12I. Supply made to the computer stationery to the PSU located in Mumbai. Inclusive of the GST, total value is 270. Give me the answer. The amount of the TDS. कितना TDS deduct होगा इस केस में? What is the amount of the TDS which will be deducted? अभी एक क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 पे please give the answer to the question number A only. Otherwise, it will mix up. Navneet has given the answer. No. Rest all the answer are incorrect. Just calculate and tell me. Okay, first tell me it is inclusive GST. So what is the amount before GST? What is the taxable value in this case? See, first calculate कितना taxable value है. Tax, then total is invoice value. In the given case, they have given the total invoice value. They have given 272. What is the taxable value? Before tax, क्या value है? The answer is, so calculate and tell me. So Abhimanyu, no, 2428. Okay, Adil has also given the answer. Abhimanyu has given 242857. Someone is saying. एक बार recalculate करो. How 242857 is being calculated? I hope 2,72,000 divided by 112 into 100. Am I right? Calculate कर लें Excel में. Shall we calculate in the Excel? Let me calculate in the Excel. Value क्या थी? 272. 2,72,000. So I can say this divided by 112 multiplied by 100. 2,42,000. Because this value is TDS, will the TDS be deducted? Will the TDS be deducted in this case? क्या TDS लगेगा इस केस में? The answer is no TDS. Why no TDS? Can anybody give me the reason why no TDS? Correct. Because ये amount 250 से exceed नहीं कर रहा. Okay. This amount is not exceeding 2,50,000 and therefore it is not applicable. Absolutely correct. Not applicable. Let me go to the question number B. Supply to the Delhi department total contract value is 2,50,000. Now, what would be your answer? This time, this is exclusive of GST. Will the TDS be applicable? क्या TDS लगेगा? Will the TDS be applicable? 2% is applicable. Now tell me, will it be IGST TDS or will it be C plus S TDS? Will it be IGST TDS or will it be C plus S TDS? Question is in front of you. Because they have asked that determine the amount of the tax deducted from each of the receivable rate is given. So we need to show separately whether it is IGST, CGST and SGST. So will the TDS be applicable? Answer is yes, be applicable. And ये amount कहाँ पे होगा? IGST होगा. It will be under IGST, right? एक बार देख लो and just confirm, is it correct or not correct? Just confirm, is it correct or not correct? ठीक है. Third situation में आते हैं. Now what would be your answer for question number 3? So they are saying that supply of the generator renting services to the Municipal Corporation of Jaipur, total contract value is 350 and again this time it is inclusive of the GST. Tell me the amount of the TDS to be deducted. अब इस बार मैं कुछ भी नहीं बताऊंगा. You all tell me that this will be the IGST, this will be the C, this will be S, and what is the amount and which head? You tell me. So let me clarify one thing, that TDS would be C. You are saying RCM. Okay. RCM would be applicable if it is a reverse scenario. Supply made by the government to me, it is coming under RCM. But the example is different. I am making the supply to the government. Abhimanyu, that exemption is not there, not applicable to municipal corporation. No exemption in the TDS. No such exemption in the TDS. So I have received 1 or 2 reply. Give me the amount. Like Bala Murugan has given me the amount. Bala Murugan has given the amount. Then. Adil Khan has given the amount correct. So I can say that again I will do the backward calculation. Divided by 112 multiplied by 100. So amount comes 3,12,500. I will multiply by 2% because the supplier is located in Jaipur and recipient is also located in Jaipur. Then which tax would be there? Which this supply would be IGST supply or intrastate supply? It is intrastate. So half would be CGST, half would be CGST, and half would be IGST. Half would be SGST, sorry. So C और S बराबर होगा. It cannot be I because ये intrastate supply है. Is it clear to all? Any doubt? Any doubt on this question? Very simple question. Let's move further. Let's move further. Question number 2. क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 थोड़ा सा बड़ा है, स्क्रीन बड़ी है. एक बार रीड कीजिए. लेट्स रीड. वी विल डिस्कस फर्स्ट 4 सिनेरियो एंड देन वी विल मूव टू द बैलेंस सिनेरियो. Maharashtra associate registered in Delhi and is engaged in the supply of the various goods and services exclusive to the government authority department जो भी है. It has provided the following information. ठीक है. Now first, supply the stationery. Where is the supplier? Supplier is located in Delhi. Remember, supplier is located in Delhi. Now he has supplied the stationery item to the Kolkata fishery department. Will the TDS be applicable? So they are saying this is the total contract value. Contract value. When they have supplied, it has not been clarified. So in this case, it is not mean that you have supplied 2,60,000. No. This is the total contract which has been awarded to this particular supplier. Government is awarded this much of the contract. Fishery department has awarded the contract of 260, but for the time being, only 50,000 payment is being received. Now, the TDS would be applicable on this 15,000. If at all, the TDS, if applicable, would be on 15,000 only. ये बात clear है? Now tell me. मैं इसको कॉपी कर लूं एक्सेल में, so it would be easy for us. It would be easy for us to calculate, correct? It would be easy for us to calculate because it is in Excel. I can easily calculate. So just allow me 1 minute. अभी देखिए. Now tell me. First item. Will the TDS be applicable or not? It is inclusive GST. You tell me, and each and every first example, see, line by line chalenge. We will go line by line item. In this case, will the TDS be applicable or not? Just simply tell me, will the TDS be applicable in this case or not? And if not, then why? Not see the 15,000 now. What is the total value? It is inclusive of GST. So first I have to, okay, what is the rate? Let me check the rate that they have assumed. In this case, tax का rate क्या assume किया उन्होंने? हाँ, 18%. They have assumed 18%. ठीक है. They have assumed 18%. Right. So if the supplier is in Delhi and the recipient is in Kolkata, then which tax would be charged? कौन सा tax होगा? It will be IGST, right? Can I say that total value of contract excluding GST is 2 lakh is not more than 250, is not greater than 250. So no TDS. Anyone have any doubt? कोई भी participant, if you have any doubt, kindly ask. Do you have any doubt? Please ask. Clear? Is it clear? Please confirm. Calculate for next. Calculate for next. Supply of the car rental service to the Municipal Corporation of Delhi. TDS is applicable or not? If yes, then tell me the amount. Oh, this become very important transaction. It is exactly 250. So what is the provision? If the contract value is equal to and more than 250, then TDS would be applicable, or it is only greater than 250, then TDS would be applicable. क्या word लिखा हुआ है? If you go and refer, it is written contract value exceed 2,50,000. So the answer would remain same. बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, टीडीएस की एप्लीकेबिलिटी कब आएगी? जब when the contract value is exceeding greater than more than 250, then only it is applicable. Correct? Now next. Supply of the heavy machinery to the PSU registered in Uttarakhand 592,50,000. Okay, let's calculate the value. It is 5 lakhs. So TDS applicable? Yes, sir. TDS would be applicable. Now tell me, will it be how much amount? First tell me how much amount. TDS would be on 5 lakh or TDS would be on 25,000? TDS would be on 5 lakh or TDS would be on 25,000? Will the TDS be on 5 lakh or will the TDS be on 25,000? It is not the supply value. Please note, it is not the supply value. They are saying this is the entire contract which you have received. Please do not misinterpret that it is a supply value. No, they are exactly saying this. They are not saying it is a billing value. No, they are saying total contract value. It might be they have made the supply or they have not made the supply. Correct, now. So the TDS would be applicable only to the extent amount has been paid or bill has been issued. In this case, the 25,000 is amount. So the TDS would be applicable only on 25,000. Clear? Is it clear? So the TDS would be applicable only 25,000. We are considering the contract value. Navneet, if you read the section 51, individually we are not looking the invoice value. We are looking to the contract value because they have written the word contract value. So that is the reason we are referring this amount, that whether this amount is more than or less than. See, TDS would be applicable on the supply. जितने का supply किया है उस पे applicable होगा, right? My contract would be spread over the 6 year, let's say over the 2 year, over the 3 year. Supply होगा तभी कटेगा ना TDS, because from the TDS, the government will cross check the supplier has paid the taxes on this amount and the recipient. See, my TDS is deducted on entire 5 lakh. Will I liable to pay the tax on the 5 lakh because I have not paid the supply? एक बात समझिए, मेरा गवर्नमेंट के साथ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट हुआ कि अरुण यू विल मेक द सप्लाई इन 2 ईयर. हाँ, individual amount can be less than 10,000, 5,000, it could be. My total contract value is more than 250, TDS would be applicable. But on which portion TDS would be applicable? Will the TDS be deducted on the entire invoice value? No. On the entire contract value? No. If I have raised the invoice or amount paid, see, इनकम टैक्स में भी टीडीएस हम किसमें काटते हैं? जितने का इनवॉइस है, अक्रूड और पेड विच एवर इज अर्लियर, उस कॉन्सेप्ट में काटते हैं ना. अक्रूड और पेमेंट विच एवर इज अर्लियर, राइट? So in this case also the same concept would be applicable. The 500 would be the TDS amount. Now next, please tell me TDS will be applicable or not. If yes, then tell me how much amount. ICS कितना अमाउंट होगा TDS का? किसी को कोई कंफ्यूजन है तो पूछते रहना. If you have any question, please ask me. I hope everyone is clear ना. बाला मुरुगन, गायत्री, महालक्ष्मी, अभिमन्यु, लिंगा. Adil, everyone is clear, right? Niruben, and requesting all to participate in the discussion. Requesting all to participate in the discussion. Okay. What is the value in this case? Taxable total contract value is 5,50,000. TDS be applicable? Will the TDS be applicable? Answer is yes, TDS will be applicable. Now in this case, is it intrastate supply or interstate supply? TDS would be applicable? Yes, applicable. Tell me, the supply is intra or inter? Supply is intra or inter? The supplier is located in Delhi, recipient is located in Delhi, it become intra, and therefore the TDS would be deducted under CGST and SGST. Can you tell me the amount of the CGST TDS? Can you tell me the amount of the CGST TDS? Wait, right? Niruben, yes, right. Because contract value exceed TDS, absolutely correct, beta. Absolutely correct. So this will be 1% CGST and 1% SGST. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct, beta. Now go and next 5 number. Interior decoration of Andhra Bhavan located in Delhi. Okay. Service contract is entered into the government with the government of Andhra Pradesh, registered in Andhra Pradesh. Now, first, let me calculate the taxable value. Taxable value is 10,50,000. So will the TDS be applicable? Answer is yes. TDS applicable. Correct. I have only calculated the taxable value. We all need to give the answer TDS applicable or not. Give me the reason, and if applicable, then under which head? IGST, CGST, SGST. Batao. Very important question. Very important question, I can say. Superb question, I can say. One of the best question. Try to see. Will the TDS be applicable? If yes, then amount. Will it be IGST? Will it be CNS? None of the answer is correct. अभी तक नहीं. In case of 3, amount TDS on that amount. Further, some contract cancel and amount not exceed 250. Then what is the applicability of it? See, on the date of the supply, Abhimanyu, agar mera contract is more than 250, entire contract. See, contract would be single. Individual contract to be looked into. If it is cancelled, then it will be entirely cancelled. So the Abhimanyu problem is, suppose I am a supplier and you are a government. If I have made the supply to you, or you made the amount of 25,000 to me, I will pay the GST on 25,000. Whatever you have deducted as TDS, it will be added in my credit cash ledger. Simple process is there. I will add the amount in the cash ledger. So no problem. I can use this amount, my tax liability. ये क्वेश्चन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. बी केयरफुल. आई एम सेइंग बी केयरफुल while giving the answer. Very, very important point. Be careful while giving the answer. Why? Adil, why you are saying? What is the reason of this answer? So, Bala Murugan, what would be your conclusion? I don't know. Kuldeep, you are correct. Kuldeep, whatever the point you are saying, to that extent you are correct, but I need the final answer. कितना amount of TDS है? Will the TDS be applicable or not? Question number one. Question number two, if applicable, then which head, I or C plus S? Adil, reasoning. I need the reasoning for that. Your answer is correct. Your answer is correct. But I need the reasoning for that. The first right answer is from Mr. Adil. First right answer is from Mr. Adil. बहुत बढ़िया बेटा. Why? Navneet, give me the reason. नहीं, I don't know. I don't know. You have to explain. वो तो मैं करूंगा ही ना. That I will explain to everyone. I just waiting for the answer to some more answer. So fine. No TDS. In this case, no TDS. In this case, no TDS. Reason क्या है? What is the reason? Because supplier and POS is in same state and recipient is other state. If you refer the section 51, the proviso talks about that if the recipient government is located in different state and the supplier and POS fall in one same state, so in that case, which tax would be charged? C plus S would be charged, and therefore no TDS. Logic also clear. Try to understand the logic. What is the reason? So, if this supplier charge the tax CGST and SGST, can you tell me this SGST belongs to Andhra or belongs to Delhi? Now, I am explaining the logic for this no TDS ka reason. I am explaining the reasoning for no TDS. You please tell me that in this case, the supplier who is located in Delhi, properties in Delhi, so he will charge C plus S to the Andhra. So when he charge C plus S, this S would be of Delhi state or this S would be of Andhra state. The answer is Delhi because the place of the supply is Delhi. Because the place of the supply is Delhi. Correct, beta? Everyone is correct. The place of the supply is Delhi. So the state place, so SGST would be of Delhi. Now tell me, if Andhra will deduct the, let's say he is deducting 1% CGST and 1% SGST and deposit the SGST. Can Andhra Pradesh deposit the Delhi SGST? क्या आंध्र प्रदेश can deposit the Delhi SGST? क्या आंध्र प्रदेश दिल्ली SGST जमा करवा सकता है? पॉसिबल ही नहीं है सर. When you log in to his portal, then this whatever he will deposit the S, that S would represent the Andhra S. Therefore, it is a problem. So this particular point has been added in the proviso as relaxation. Ki no TDS if supplier and POS is in different state and recipient belongs to different state. Correct? Clear है ना सभी को? Is it clear to all? Question number 6. Give me the answer for question number 6. Give me the answer for question number 6. आदित्य बेटा क्लियर है ना? आदित्य आदित्य क्लियर है या नॉट क्लियर है? नहीं नहीं बेटा, नवनीत आज मेरी लास्ट क्लास है. नवनीत आज मेरी लास्ट क्लास है. नवनीत बेटा आज मेरी लास्ट क्लास है, सो आई कैन नॉट कंप्लीट द एंटायर रिवीजन. आज मेरी लास्ट क्लास है. Quickly go to the question number 6. Quickly go to the question number 6. Quickly go to the question number 6 or iska 6 and then tell me will the TDS be applicable or not. टू 72 टैक्सेबल है एंड 7 लाख एग्जेम्प्टेड है. सो दिस बिकम माई टैक्सेबल वैल्यू मोटा मोटे. नो टीडीएस. Why no TDS? Why no TDS? Why no TDS? Because TDS is being applicable only on the TDS is being applicable only on the taxable supply, not on exempt supply. TDS is applicable only on the taxable supplies, not on the exempt supply. Taxable value is less than 250. So I can say no TDS. Absolutely correct. Quickly read the question number serial number 7 and then tell me will the TDS be applicable or not? Will that TDS be applicable or not? Hmm. Correct, Navneet. No TDS or TDS will be taken. No TDS or TDS would be there. No TDS or TDS would be there. No TDS or TDS would be there. आदित्य इस क्वेश्चन में क्या था? Okay, let me go to the point which Aditya has asked. सर यहाँ पे क्या था बेटा? 7 लाख एग्जेम्प्टेड था तो 7 लाख मैंने एग्जेम्प्टेड लिख लिया और 272 टैक्सेबल था तो मैंने 272 को डिवाइड किया, 2,72,000 को डिवाइड किया 118 मल्टीप्लाइड बाई 100 जिसका वैल्यू आया 230. टीडीएस एप्लीकेबल होता है अगर टैक्सेबल सप्लाई मोर देन 250 है तो. इज इट क्लियर बेटा आदित्य? ओके, क्लियर है ना ये वाला पॉइंट? ठीक है. यहां पर क्या ये सप्लाई अपने आप में एग्जेम्प्ट है? वेदर दिस सप्लाई इज टैक्सेबल और एग्जेम्प्ट. सी इफ नॉट मोर देन 25% गुड्स, अगर नॉट मोर देन 25% है और आईटी एक्टिविटी है तो can you recall the exemption chapter? This supply is exempted, and if the supply is exempted, will the TDS be applicable? अगर वो supply exempted है तो TDS applicable होगा. The answer is just now हमने कंप्लीट किया ना. यहाँ पे तो 7 लाख का exempted, यहाँ पे 3.5 लाख है. So answer would be remain same, no TDS. Because the supply is not at all taxable, therefore the answer would remain same. The answer we have discussed. ठीक है. अब एक बार रीड करते हैं, क्या टाइम हो गया? ठीक है, हम लोग 8 बजे तक ट्राई करते हैं, एक क्वेश्चन और कर लें. Who is liable to collect TCS under section 52? Who is liable to collect TCS under section 52? Who is liable to collect TCS under section 52? Quickly हम ना क्विकली क्वेश्चन करते हैं. Who is liable to collect the TCS under section 52? E-commerce operator. ठीक है. So you please explain the provision of section 52. Explain the provision relating to the registration. तो registration क्या इनको, if the turnover exceeds threshold limit then only they need to take registration. What is the requirement of registration? Is it mandatory or is it if the value is more than this. It is mandatory. It is mandatory registration. Section 24. Correct. Filing of return. Which return they need to file? Which return they need to file? Anyone can tell me? कौन सा return उनके लिए applicable होगा? Today is my last class. बेटा, today is my last class. ठीक है ना? The GSTR 8. GSTR 8. ठीक है बेटा? And what is the date of the depositing the TCS? What is the date to deposit the TCS? What is the date of the depositing the TCS? ठीक है. What is the date of the depositing the TCS? And also at that GSTR, see annual return. So you please add this particular point also. The GS, if you're talking about the return now, see there's a concept of annual return GSTR 9B, but 9B is not yet notified at all. See, if e-commerce operator is there, then law says that they need to file GSTR 9B. But the point is, it is not yet notified by the CBSE, by the government. तो अभी सिर्फ एक ही रिटर्न फाइल करना होता है GSTR 8. ठीक है. ठीक है. डेट ऑफ नेक्स्ट मंथ, डेज ऑफ नेक्स्ट मंथ. ओके. क्या ड्यू डेट है टीसीएस के रिटर्न का? व्हाट इज द ड्यू डेट ऑफ टीसीएस रिटर्न? सेम है. डेट ऑफ डिपॉजिट टीसीएस का और ड्यू डेट ऑफ द रिटर्न इज सेम, दैट इज 10th of next month. Let's read quickly. Next question. Let's read quickly. Manmohak is registered under GST in Madhya Pradesh. It sells a leather bag across India through e-commerce operator Amacart. Is also required with Madhya Pradesh GST authority as TCS collector. So Amacart is registered as TCS. Now the Manmohak Apparels made the sale of 3,45,000 and received the sales return of 67,700 in October. Sales are inclusive of tax and tax rate is 18%. Determine the amount of the TCS. Very nice question. Calculate the amount of the TCS. Very nice question. Quickly tell me, you have only 1 minute. Oh, you have calculated. Great. You have calculated so fast. Just wait for 1 or 2. कि TCS की रेट क्या है? What is the rate of the TCS? What is the rate of the TCS? Oh, okay, fine. So TCS would be collected on gross supply or net supply? Gross supply or net supply? Net of sales return or gross? Net supply. So I can say this 345, which is minus 67, 3,45,000 minus 67,700. So this, whatever the value comes, कितना value आता है? What is the value? एक बार quickly बताना मुझे, what is the value? 2 लाख नहीं, इसका माइनस करने के बाद कितना आएगा? 277,300. ठीक है. This is inclusive of tax. This is inclusive of tax, right? So I will divide by 118 multiplied by 100. हाँ, कुलदीप पॉसिबल है, बट इस क्वेश्चन में का सेम मंथ में हुआ है कुलदीप. इन दिस क्वेश्चन दे आर सेइंग बोथ आर सेम मंथ. तभी तो हम माइनस कर सकते हैं. अगर सब्सिक्वेंट मंथ में होगा तो माइनस नहीं कर पाएंगे. यू आर एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. सो इट कम्स टू 2,35,000. इज इट 2,35,000? और इसका ये सीजीएसटी एसजीएसटी है क्या है? मध्य प्रदेश में है. सो टोटली कलेक्ट करना. 235 मल्टीप्लाइड बाई कितना परसेंट? हाउ मच परसेंटेज आई विल अप्लाई? हाउ मच परसेंटेज आई विल अप्लाई? 2,35,000 का कितना परसेंट अप्लाई करना है? 1%, 2%, 0.5, 0.25? टोटल मुझे हेडवाइज नहीं बताना. इट इज नॉट हेडवाइज. इट इज नॉट हेडवाइज. देन व्हाट विल बी द आंसर? क्या यहाँ पे इंटर और इंटर लिखा हुआ है? क्या यहाँ पे इंटर और इंटर लिखा हुआ है? कैन यू से दैट इट इज एन इंटरेस्टेड सप्लाई? कैन यू से दैट इट इज एन इंटरेस्टेड सप्लाई? Can you say that it is an interested supply? Why? Can you say that it is an interested supply? Because this is in Madhya Pradesh and Amakrat is also is in Madhya Pradesh. So it is intra. Can we say that it is an interested supply? Please confirm. Very interesting question has been arose. By looking the see, मैं एक बार वापस क्वेश्चन पूछता हूँ. Let me get the clarity. Let me get the clarity from all. Can we say that supplier is in Madhya Pradesh and ECO is in Madhya Pradesh, therefore it is intra? Can we say yes or no? Can we say yes or no? Absolutely correct. The answer is no. Sir, if we are selling through e-commerce operator, then for place of the supply, do we need to see the place of the location of e-commerce operator? क्या हम प्लेस ऑफ द सप्लाई कैलकुलेट करने के लिए हम ई कॉमर्स ऑपरेटर की लोकेशन देखते हैं? नहीं. वी आर लुकिंग टू द कस्टमर लोकेशन. See, Manmohak Apparel is registered, so location of supplier is Madhya Pradesh. Now, who is the customer? Suppose this e-commerce operator is making the supply to a customer located in Rajasthan. Then this is interested supply. The place of the supply is not Madhya Pradesh. In this case, place of the supply is not Madhya Pradesh because हम कभी ई कॉमर्स ऑपरेटर के लोकेशन को प्लेस ऑफ सप्लाई नहीं बोलते हैं. इट इज ओनली द मीडिएटर. इट इज ओनली द मीडिएटर. So in this case, we can't say it is an inter or intra. So therefore, we can calculate on totality basis. We can calculate on totality basis. So एक बार कोई calculate करेगा 235 multiplied by 0.5%. How much amount will come? 0.5. So 0.25 CGST, 0.25 SGST. So the total tax liability is 0.5. Total TCS liability is 0.5. Please calculate the amount so I can write the amount. 1175. In question 4, Rajasthan is not shown in the question. हाँ हाँ, मतलब मैंने एक एग्जांपल लिया. सी, एक सेकेंड आदित्य, मैंने एक एग्जांपल लिया. जस्ट टेकन वन एग्जांपल टू से दैट suppose if customer is located in Rajasthan, suppose customer is located in Madhya Pradesh. So because they have not given the sales made to which party, sales made to which location, you can't say this 345 is intra or inter. Therefore, we require to calculate the TCS in totality. ठीक है बेटा. जानबूझकर मैंने ये वर्ड नहीं बताया आपको. Intentionally, I have not read this word because to create the confusion, and I have highlighted this Amakar ECO का location only just to create the confusion. I hope now you are clear. Correct ना? So fine. चलो आगे बढ़े. Let's still move. कितना टाइम हो गया? 8 o'clock हो गया ना. जस्ट 4-5 मिनट का ब्रेक लेते हैं. जस्ट 5 मिनट का ब्रेक लेते हैं. क्विकली 5 मिनट का ब्रेक लेते हैं. विल रिज्यूम आफ्टर 5 मिनट. मनीष जी 5 मिनट का ब्रेक स्टार्ट कर दीजिए. ठीक है. No problem, beta. No problem. So everyone kindly read the question number one. Not read, yeah. Time is short, so let me read. Mehul Enterprise registered under GST in UP and monthly return filer is engaged in the making the taxable supply. Furnish the GSTR1 for January on 11th. On 14th, the accountant of Mehul noticed that one invoice issued to Vaisali registered in Gujarat for supply of the goods of value 1 lakh taxable at 18% pertaining to January has been inadvertently missed to be declared in the R1. He has approached you through advice. You are required to briefly discuss whether Mehul can amend the R1 of January, whether the detail of said invoice will be available in 2B of recipient in January. Now, give me the answer. First, tell me, can he amend the details furnished in the GSTR 1 of January. Inadvertently means mistakenly. Mistaken. Very nice. Amendment will be made by which form? Amendment will be made by which form? Form number. क्या, see, try to understand. He has filed the GSTR 1 on 11th. On 14th, he noticed that mistake. Like to file the GSTR 3B for Jan. And also asking that whether Vaishali traders able to see this transaction in 2B of Jan. Now, please quick. How to amend or add this missing invoice? How to add or amend that missing invoice? The adding or amendment can be happen through GSTR 1A. What is the opening and closing date of the GSTR 1A? Can be filed, GSTR 1A can be filed on GSTR after filing the GSTR 1 or after crossing the due date. Both conditions to be satisfied. ड्यू डेट क्रॉस होना चाहिए और R1 फाइल होना चाहिए. बोथ कंडीशन क्यूमुलेटिवली satisfied. After that, GSTR 1A can be filed and the liability which is showing in the GSTR 3B will be summation of 1 plus 1A. So whether Vaishali trader would be able to see in the same 2B or next 2B. Transaction which is added in the GSTR 1A will be able to see in the same 2B or will be able to see in the next 2B? Next 2B. Next 2B. Not same 2B, it will be in the next 2B. Next 2B, that is the big loss of GSTR 1A. That is the big loss of the GSTR 1A. Navneet. In case of monthly taxpayer, what is the due date? Tell me one thing. Can GSTR 1A ka ITC in any situation will it be possible that it appear in the same month to be? Will it be possible that it appear in the same month to be? Wait, Navneet, just allow me 1 minute because I'm asking the question. I need to see the answer of all and then only I can answer now. What is the condition of GSTR 1A? Okay, tell me one more thing. Acha, I'm asking different question. If the GSTR 1 for the month of January is filed on 12th Jan, will it appear in same 2B or will it appear in next 2B? After the due date. After due date. After due date. If GSTR 1 is being filed after the due date, then the corresponding ITC would appear in the same 2B or next 2B? Next 2B. That is the reason 1A would always be filed after the due date of GSTR 1. This statement is clear. This 1A would always be filed after the due date of the GSTR 1. Is this clear? Because it is being filed always after the due date, therefore same month की 2B में कभी आ ही नहीं सकता. It will always in next 2B. Got my point? It will always be in the next 2B. Is it possible that can you file the GSTR 1A on 10th? Suppose my GSTR 1 is filed on 9th. GSTR 1 is filed on 9th. Can I file the GSTR 1A on 10th? No. No way. No. Reason, due date is 11. Due date is 11. So my GSTR 1A would be open only after 11. My GSTR 1A would open only after 11, and because it open after due date, therefore same to be कभी हो ही नहीं सकता. Is it clear? I hope I have taken all the aspect of your question, नवनीत. सारे पॉइंट आपके ले लिए मैंने. ठीक है. हाँ, after due date of GSTR 1, but before 3B, obviously. Right, बेटा. Absolutely correct, बेटा. Absolutely correct. So मैं थोड़ा सा फास्ट जा रहा हूँ. ठीक है. Sumit registered dealer in the state of Punjab in the month of May. He decided to apply QRMP as he want to switch to QRMP. He has not filed the return for the month of May and June. Please guide him regarding the following. Can he opt for May and June? Can he opt for May month QRMP? See, April to June quarter की बात कर रहा है वो. What is the last date to apply for QRMP for April to June? What is the dates for opting the QRMP for April June? Sir, the first month ka last date, 30th April is the last date. Because he is in May. Can he go for QRMP in May, April to June quarter? Can he opt April to June quarter for QRMP? Answer is no, because 30th April has been expired. Do you agree with this, right? 30th April has been expired, and as a result, it is not possible. Now coming to the July to September quarter. July to September quarter, from which date he can start? 2 month minus 2 month कर दीजिए. In July है, तो he can start from May to 30th July. What is the starting date? 1st May until 31st July. So he can go for QRMP for July to September quarter. Now tell me in the QRMP, what is the return? Which return is to be filed and what is the due date? Which return is to be filed and what is the due date? For month 1, for month 2, and for quarter. टेल मी क्यूआरएमपी का क्या ड्यू डेट है, मंथ 1 की कौन सी रिटर्न फाइल करनी होती है, क्या ड्यू डेट्स है. टेल मी एवरीथिंग, व्हाटएवर यू नो. टेल मी एवरीथिंग ना. सी, फॉर मंथ 1, फॉर मंथ 2, फॉर क्वार्टर, मंथ 3, रिटर्न्स, टाइप ऑफ द रिटर्न, कौन सी रिटर्न है, व्हाट इज द ड्यू डेट. Everything, whatever you know, please tell. 2 minutes, you have the 2 minutes, kindly revert. Correct. Month 1 में क्या करना है? Which form? Month 1, which form? Okay, tell me. Let me ask. Month 1, which form? Month 1, कौन सा form? IFF. What is the due date of IFF? What is the due date of IFF? 13th. Month 2, which return? Which form I need to file? Month 2, same, 13th. ठीक है. Month 3, what I need to file? Which return I need to file? This time GSTR 1 as well as GSTR 3B. This time as GSTR 1 and 3B. What is the due date of 1? What is the due date of 1? What is the due date of the 1? And what is the due date of 3B? What is the due date of 1? What is the due date of 3B? 13th, and due date of 3B is, yes, either 22 या 24. Now also you tell, now you also tell, what about the payment of tax? What about payment of tax? Do they need to pay the tax quarterly or monthly? Do they need to pay the tax quarterly or monthly? Do they need to pay the tax and GST around 11? Sir. नहीं बेटा, गायत्री बेटा, the due date is 13th in case of QRMP. गायत्री बेटा, due date is 13th in case of QRMP. ठीक है? For IFF and GSTR1. So tax will be paid on monthly basis. Tax will be paid on monthly basis. What is the due date for month 1? What is the due date for month 1? What is the due date for month 2? And what is the due date for quarter, month 3? Month 1, 25th. Month 2, 25th of next month. ठीक है? And quarter में it equal to same as GSTR 3B due date. It means either 22 या 24. It could be 22 or it could be 24. ठीक है? Is it clear to all? Fine. Is it clear to all? Great. Now tell me one or two lines for Rule 88C. Explain the procedure to be followed by the department and Samir for 88C. What is the Rule 88C? Samir is a registered person unable to file R1, reason being shown that tax payable under R1 last tax period exceeds the tax payable in 3B which has been filed for the corresponding tax period. Explain the procedure. क्या है? What is the 88C? Why he is not able to file GSTR1? Kindly explain one or two line. हाँ अभिमन्यु बेटा, मंथ 1 का टैक्स 25th को पे करना है, मंथ 2 का टैक्स 25th ऑफ नेक्स्ट मंथ पे करना है, मंथ 3 क्वार्टर का टैक्स 22 या 24 जो 3B की ड्यू डेट है उसके साथ पे करना है. इज इट क्लियर बेटा? If you like the teaching or discussion, whatever we are doing, please write the mail to the board of studies. Please write the mail to the, this is today's the last class, and after that if you can do one thing, kindly do that. Please send the mail to the board of studies about the pattern of teaching, quality of teaching. If you like or if you don't like, both way I am okay, but kindly discuss or kindly share the feedback to the board of studies. That is my request. ठीक है? ठीक है ना? तो बेटा आपको एक काम करना है, प्लीज डू वन थिंग, बोर्ड ऑफ स्टडीज को यू हैव टू सेंड द फीडबैक. You all have the feedback, you all have the email ID of the board of studies. Kindly send the feedback so that they are aware about the what is the thing, whatever they are managing. ठीक है ना? Whatever they are managing, so classes, so what is the मतलब level of interest that you, sir, हाँ विजय, विजुअल अरोड़ा, you can definitely ask, you can put in the chat, you can put in the chat. ठीक है बेटा? So what is the 88C? शॉर्ट में कोई भी एक्सप्लेन करेगा? कैन यू प्लीज एक्सप्लेन इन द शॉर्ट? डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन वी हैव 50 मिनट्स. 50 मिनट्स सर, डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन वी हैव 50 मिनट्स, 50 मार्क्स. 88C का नहीं पता. ओके, सो बेटा 88C है क्या? इफ R1 is greater than but liability has not been paid in 3B and difference is so much amount as being specified, then what? See, if the liability is more than in GSTR1 and liability paid in 3B is less, liability paid in 3B is less, then if it is more than specified amount, nahi beta Barman, I am not teaching in any of the coaching institute. Let me clear one thing. let me clear one thing. मैं सिर्फ और सिर्फ I am only teaching in this ICAI platform. I am not teaching in any of the coaching institute. Let me clarify. ठीक है ना बेटा? नहीं, no offline, no online, nothing. Only ICAI, and that is only online. I am associated with ICAI, otherwise I am not teaching at all. What is the 88C beta? 88C, when the liability is more in GSTR1, when the liability is more in GSTR1, but tax is paid less in 3B, and if this difference is more than the amount prescribed by the specified by the council, then in that case, they will send the intimation. Department will send the intimation to the taxpayer, and taxpayer within 7 days, he need to pay the differences or explain the difference. Either he need to pay the difference or he need to explain the difference. Ki what is the reason? Could be anything. There would be the option given to him. So if he is not giving the reply or not paying within 7 days, he cannot file subsequent GSTR1. Is this clear? Is this clear? In what is the rule 88D? In this, we are looking the 1-3B ka difference, and here we are looking the difference, not we, department is looking the difference 2B, 3B. If the 2B is more, if the 2B, 3B ka gap means not this 3B is more than 2B, matlab with respect to ITC. Arora, Mr. Arora, I will give you the unmute, I will give you unmute options, definitely. No, beta. Yeah, these I don't know. How many marks direct question for theory paper? There is no fixed pattern. There is no fixed pattern, beta. So this is 3B, 2B, and which you can read the law. Last question for the day. Last question for the day. The situation when GSTR1 is debarred. वो कौन सी situation है where the GSTR1 IFA will be debarred? You cannot furnish the R1. Concept clear है? ठीक है. बहुत बढ़िया. It is requesting all. Please tell me the situation when we cannot file GSTR1. अभी हमने दो सिचुएशन अभी हमने पढ़ी है. See, the two situation we have already just read, just 88C and 88D. These two situation. In these also we cannot file the subsequent. We cannot file the subsequent R1. Correct. These two situation. Then last 3B not filed. Last no business activity. Banna Mandal. Nee. If you do not have the business activity, that will not restrict you from filing of R1. You can file R1. When you cannot file, last 3B is not filed. Last 3B, last R1 is not filed. 88C का notice intimation आ गया. 88D का intimation आ गया and not given the reply within. Absolutely correct, Kuldeep. I have missed that point. I missed that point. Thank you. And Kuldeep has added very nicely. If you not furnish the bank detail in whatever the time they have given. Beta, visual Arora, you see how the exam would come. No one can say it whether MTP is sufficient. No, that is not correct. Whether module is sufficient, you have to do the holistic study. To do the holistic study, then only you can do. This is my understanding about the exams. But see, exam कैसा आएगा? सिर्फ theory आएगा, practical आएगा. कौन से क्वेश्चन डायरेक्ट पूछेंगे, कौन से इनडायरेक्ट पूछेंगे? वी कैन नॉट से एनीथिंग ना बेटा. Discuss the provision of 39(9) relating to the rectification. That is okay. All theory question I will share you. Let me unmute. So, Vijay, Mr. Arora, Visual Arora, can you please raise your hand? तो मैं आपको unmute कर दूंगा. I'll unmute and you can ask. Can you please raise your hand? Concept must be clear and thorough. Right, right, beta. Visual, you like to speak? You like to speak? Please unmute yourself. Please unmute yourself. Visual, Arora, please unmute yourself and then you can talk. कुछ problem? No problem. ठीक है. So anyone else? Anyone else like to ask, like to discuss anything? 5 मिनट क्विक राउंड तो क्वेश्चन आंसर करें. ठीक है बेटा. तो गायत्री बेटा, एवरीवन whomsoever is like to give the feedback must give the feedback. आप लोग बेटा फीडबैक जरूर देना. फीडबैक जरूर देना, ठीक है. और मैं जब भी आप एग्जाम पास करो, whenever you appear the exam and clear the exam, kindly inform the same. Kindly inform the same. ठीक है. जीएसटीआर बनने का फिक्स डेट नहीं है. इसकी स्टार्टिंग डेट है, इसकी एंडिंग डेट है. ठीक है, स्टार्टिंग डेट एंडिंग डेट है. जस्ट लेट मी. कैन वी पे द आरसीएम इन कैश? कैन वी पे द आरसीएम का टैक्स लाइबिलिटी इन कैश? आई एम आस्किंग द क्विक राउंड ऑफ द क्वेश्चन आंसर. व्हाटएवर इट कम्स टू माइंड आई विल आस्क. कैन वी पे द आरसीएम का टैक्स लाइबिलिटी इन कैश? इन कैश और इन आईटीसी? ठीक है. कैन वी पे द आरसीएम का लाइबिलिटी इन कैश? ओनली कैश और कैन वी पे थ्रू आईटीसी ऑल्सो? Can we pay through ITC? Now let me ask, can we pay the same through ITC? Can we pay the same through ITC? No, through ITC not allowed. Can we use the ITC for making the payment of tax liability under demand? Can we use the ITC for tax liability raised under demand? Kuldeep, answer is yes. Kuldeep, answer is yes. We have discussed that question. एंड टैक्स लाइबिलिटी है, चाहे वो नॉर्मल है या डिमांड वाली है, इन बोथ केसेस यू कैन अलाउड टू यूज आईटीसी. टू यूज आईटीसी. इन विच केस? सो my due date of the return is 20th, let's say, and I have added the cash in my cash ledger on 25th, file the return on 30th. Let me repeat once again. My due date of GSTR1 is 20th, 3B is 20th. I have added the amount in the cash ledger on 25th and filed the GSTR 3B on 30th. Will the interest be applicable for 5 days or will the interest be applicable for 10 days? रिपीट करूं मैं क्वेश्चन. मैंने कैश ऐड किया आफ्टर 5 days. Let me repeat the question. Important question. My due date of 3B is 20th. I have added the amount in the cash ledger on 25th. I have filed my 3B on 30th. Will the interest be applicable on 5 days or will the interest be applicable on 10 days? Correct. The answer is the interest would be applicable for entire 10 days. Interest would be applicable for entire 10 days. Why? Because the amount should be added in the cash ledger before the due date. Due date तक जितना जमा कराया ना, due date तक जितना जमा कराया, on that there will be no interest. उसके बाद deposit किया, it will be ignored. We have discussed in the question. We have discussed in the question, right? The ITC interest will not be applicable on ITC. Listen my question carefully. Interest will not be applicable on tax liability paid through ITC if liability reported in different month or liability reported in same month? अगर मैं liability जनवरी की, if my liability is of Jan, I am adding in the subsequent month and I am paying the same through ITC, will the interest be applicable? Liability of, let's say, August has been added in the month of September. I am paying this liability through ITC. Will the interest be applicable on that amount or not? The answer is yes, it is applicable. Reason? It is applicable. Reason why it is applicable? Because I have not added the liability in the same tax period. मैंने वो liability add नहीं की same tax period में. Got my point? What is the rate of TCS? What is the rate of the TCS? C plus S both. CGST and SGST combined. Combined C plus S both joined together. Rate of the TCS. I'm getting the answer, incorrect answer also. I'm asking tax collection at source. I am talking about tax collection at source. TCS का rate कितना है? 0.25 CGST, 0.25 SGST, total 0.5. Lot of participant is given. Incorrect answer. Please rectify. TCS का rate 0.5 और TDS का rate कितना है? What is the rate of the TDS? It is 1 plus 1, 2%. 1 plus 1, 2%. Tell me one situation. Tell me one situation where the TDS will not be applicable. Tell me the situation, one or two, whatever you can say, the situation where TDS will not be applicable. मतलब TDS applicable ही नहीं होगा. It could be 1, 2, 3. You can tell me 3, 4 situation. Give me the answer, 2 answer. वो मुझे सिचुएशंस बताइए जहां पर टीडीएस एप्लीकेबल नहीं होगा. फर्स्ट राइट आंसर नवनीत. अभिमन्यु राइट आंसर. गायत्री राइट आंसर. महालक्ष्मी राइट आंसर. वाओ अभिमन्यु वेरी नाइस यार. आई कुड नॉट रिकॉल दैट. वेरी नाइस आंसर बेटा. वेरी नाइस आंसर. वाओ सेम वर्णा मंडल. वेरी नाइस बेटा. पीएसयू टू पीएसयू. I missed that part. PSU to PSU, I missed that part. So you can add much more. Some more? Try one more. Absolutely correct, beta. Mahalakshmi, very nice, beta. Give me one, two, three. Give me some more. So, एक बार मनीष जी की आवाज आ. ठीक है. So थोड़ा सा कुछ सिस्टम का प्रॉब्लम है. वेरी नाइस आदिल. आदिल खान वेरी नाइस बेटा. वेरी नाइस. वेरी नाइस. So thank you very much. We can conclude the session. Everyone, all the best. And we'll meet in some other lectures. Goodbye to all of you. All the best to the exams. Thank you very much.